Hey friends, welcome back to our study along of the World Order of Bahá'u'lláh, Selected Letters. I'm Jacqueline Claire, just here to read to you and study with you. I love your comments and your thoughts, so please feel free to share. Linked below, you'll find a whole bunch of info to give you an orientation if you're looking for that, and the playlist for the weekly readings of this book leading up to today. All right, so we are in the middle of the letter, the Dispensation of Baha'u'lláh, in the section called the Bab. And we are starting today on paragraph 5 of the section entitled the Bab. And in my copy of the book, it's page 124. However graphic the record which the eminent chronicler of his life has transmitted to posterity, so luminous a narrative must pale before the glowing tribute paid to the Bab by the pen of Baha'u'lláh. This tribute the Bab himself has, by the clear assertion of his claim, abundantly supported, while the written testimonies of Abdu'l-Baha have powerfully reinforced its character and elucidated its meaning. Where else, if not in the Kitab-i-Iqan, can the student of the Babi dispensation seek to find those affirmations that unmistakably attest the power and spirit which no man, except he be a manifestation of God, can manifest? Could such a thing, exclaims Baha'u'lláh, be made manifest except through the power of a divine revelation and the potency of God's invincible will? By the righteousness of God, were anyone to entertain so great a revelation in his heart, the thought of such a declaration would alone confound him. Were the hearts of all men to be crowded into his heart, he would still hesitate to venture upon so awful an enterprise. No eye, he in another passage affirms, hath beheld so great an outpouring of bounty, nor hath any ear heard of such a revelation of loving kindness. The prophets, endowed with constancy, whose loftiness and glory shine as the sun, were each honored with a book which all have seen, and the verses of which have been duly ascertained. Whereas the verses which have rained from this cloud of divine mercy have been so abundant that none hath yet been able to estimate their number. How can they belittle this revelation? Hath any age witnessed such a momentous happening? Commenting on the character and influence of those heroes and martyrs whom the spirit of the Bab had so magically transformed, Baha'u'lláh reveals the following passage. Before I read this, I just want to comment. Shoghi Effendi is extremely specific in his language. And I would approach with great caution using the word magic when we're talking about true spiritual phenomenon and revelation. And he has used it twice in reference to the Bab within a matter of 2 pages. I find that super yummy and intriguing. You know, he mentioned in paragraph 4 that we read last week the magic of his influence exerted on the most eminent and powerful among his countrymen. And now he just said how he had magically transformed the souls who became martyrs and heroes of the faith. Magically. So this is the passage from Baha'u'lláh. If these companions be not the true strivers after God, who else could be called by this name? If these companions, with all their marvelous testimonies and wondrous works, be false, who then is worthy to claim for himself the truth? has the world since the days of Adam witnessed such tumult, such violent commotion. Methinks patience was revealed only by virtue of their fortitude, and faithfulness itself was begotten only by their deeds. Wishing to stress the sublimity of the Bab's exalted station as compared with that of the prophets of the past, Baha'u'lláh in that same epistle asserts, "No understanding can grasp the nature of his revelation, nor can any knowledge comprehend the full measure of his faith." He then quotes in confirmation of his argument these prophetic words, "Knowledge is 27 letters. All that the prophets have revealed are 2 thereof. No man thus far hath known more than these 2 letters. But when the Qayyim shall arise, he will cause the remaining 25 letters to be made manifest." Very mystical, very amazing, you guys. "Behold," he adds, "how great and lofty is his station. His rank excelleth that of all the prophets, and his revelation transcendeth the comprehension and understanding of all their chosen ones. Of his revelation," he further adds, "the prophets of God, his saints and chosen ones, have either not been informed, or in pursuance of God's inscrutable decree, they have not disclosed." Now back to Shaggy Effendi. "Of all the tributes which Baha'u'llah's unerring pen has chosen to pay to the memory of the Bab, his best beloved, the most memorable and touching is this brief yet eloquent passage, which so greatly enhances the value of the concluding passages of that same epistle. Amidst them all," he writes, referring to the afflictive trials and dangers besetting him in the city of Baghdad, "we stand life in hand, wholly resigned to his will, that perchance through God's loving kindness and grace, this revealed and manifest letter," which means Baha'u'lláh, Baha'u'lláh is the letter, "may lay down his life as a sacrifice in the path of the primal point, the most exalted word." And that is the Bab. So Baha'u'lláh is the letter, and the Bab is the primal point, the word. This is still Baha'u'lláh speaking. "By him and at whose bidding the Spirit hath spoken, but for this yearning of our soul we would not for one moment have tarried any longer in this city." All right, my friends, we are going to conclude it there for today. That is paragraph. So we just concluded paragraph 9 in the Dispensation of Baha'u'lláh in the section of the letter entitled the Bab. Okay? For those of you who are studying along, we will be back next week with more. You know, these videos are released 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Fridays. Link below, all the good stuff, ways to support this channel. My birthday is the 19th. And I mean it so sincerely when I tell you guys that I wish you the best, the most confirmation, the most courage, the most happiness, the most peace in playing your part in making this world a better place. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.